Hey, welcome to Craft Central Designs. I'm sharing with you today these repurposed plant stands that I gave a major makeover that now serve to hold those glass gem embellished bowls that can be used as a citronella candle holder or as a solar light source or both for your outdoor patio space. I created mine for my patio space where I keep my RV. My patio has a lot of black and red, hence the colors I chose for this project. My inspiration for this project was my very weathered wood plant stands that I contemplated numerous times throwing away until the idea struck me one day to make them over and repurpose them. I'm going to show you how I put this all together. Okay, so let's get busy learning how I created this very fun, very easy to make project. I have here those weathered worse for wear stands that I'm sure at one time I purchased at Home Goods with pots in them. I wanted to create these stands in 3 different heights. So I decided to purchase a wood dowel, the same circumference as the wood dowels on those original plant stands. So I did so, decided the height of each one, how I thought that I wanted it to appear at different levels, and I asked my son, who kindly cut them for me, but you could do the same thing if you had a miter box and a saw. And I used Gorilla wood glue to glue those on to those plant stands. The heights for the plant stands that I converted are going to be in the description box, as well as any measurements of anything I use in this project. I have there 3 glass bowls that are very easy to find at Dollar Tree, and I guesstimated the number of glass gems, or they might be plastic, I'm not really sure, but they look pretty, they're like glass, that I used on the bowls, and I purchased 5 bags. They come in different colors. Some come in more of a flat gem, other ones in the pointed gems, like the ones that I used. And this is a solar light disc. I used these along my walkway at one time, and they really, really are very durable. So I thought if I sat that glass bowl on that solar disc, that it would shine the light up through it, and you would be able to have a good light source for the patio. It also would work as well with a candle. And so those little glass plates there fit very nicely into the plant stand, and I'm still referring to it as a plant stand until it becomes a candle holder or our solar light source. Now I covered those glass bowls with those red gems. These can be found anywhere, most in any store actually, or you can just do them yourself. Adhere those gems to the glass bowl. It's very easy to do, and it's been done many, many times on Pinterest and as well in manufacturers, because you could find them in the stores. But I think it's fun to do things myself, so I elected to cover those glass bowls with those red gems. And here we have my decrepit plant stands. There again, you see them. I haven't at this point glued the dowels on, but that's what I'll be doing next. And then we will be visiting those again to see how I covered the seams and painted them, and they turn out just beautiful. I was very, very pleased. And here I'm showing you how that glass plate fit perfectly inside of that plant stand. and then the solar disc, and then the glass bowl on top. Now, if you want to use them for a candle, a citronella candle, or whatever you choose, then you can just leave out the solar light disc. But actually, you could put it in and take it out as you like, because you can, those glass bowls will be interchangeable as a candle source or a solar light source. Now, I originally was thinking about how I was going to cover those seams that were going to be obvious once I glued those dowels on. And I thought at first I might cut out a piece of that cane, but I ended up not doing that and exploring other options because I was certain that those seams would show where I glued those dowels, the dowel upon the original dowel. So I thought of different ideas. I thought of twine. I thought of many different options. I ended up doing something with beads, which I'll show you in a moment. Now, if you wanted to go make those plant stands yourself, it's so simple. And you can do so with pieces of wood from the Dollar Tree and then just wood glue the dowels on the end. I put the dimensions there for you. I will include that in the description box. There's 2 different pieces of wood that they always have at Dollar Tree that will work perfect for this. One of them is 1.5 inches wide. The other one is 2 inches wide. And both of them would work perfectly. I'm giving you the dimensions there. One solid long piece at 6 inches. The other 2 smaller pieces that you will wood glue in the center would be 2 3/4 inches. And then just choose a 3/4 inch dowel. As I'm showing you there, that dowel just would glue right to those wood pieces. I am going to do one of these myself in a future video. If you would like to just wait until I do produce that video, and I'll show you how to do it. I'm going to do another glass piece in the future, and it's going to fit inside of the holder that I'm going to be making in the future. So I will be doing that if you want to just wait for me to do that in a future video. Okay, so here we have our wood glue doweled. Our dowels are wood glued onto these pieces and everything is nice and dry. Now I had these little beads in my stash and they're really cute. You can't see it. I'll try and show you that up close in just a minute, but they're actually little suns. They look like little sun beads. And I thought how cute that would be if I glued those little sun beads all the way around the seam on all 4 on each of those 2 plant stands. The one plant stand I'm keeping at the original height. The other 2, as you can see, I added dowels. So I went around with E6000 and I glued those beads around the seam as I'm showing you right there. I don't know if you can see, but those are little suns and they're super cute beads. So now I have these plant stands at 3 different heights. And I took them outside and I gave them a good coat of Rust-Oleum black paint. And they just took on a whole new beautiful look. I got very excited when I painted them. They turned out so awesome. All right, so as I said before, putting these gems on a glass bowl is just simple as can be. Easy to do if you don't want to bother putting the glass gems on there. I'm sure you could find them somewhere, probably on Amazon. Very easy to find that kind of thing. But I chose to do mine myself because I'm just a DIYer. What can I tell you? Okay, so anytime that you glue something like that I believe there's some kind of plastic. I keep calling them glass gems, but I think they're some kind of plastic. But they're actually very pretty. And these red ones are really, really a beautiful shade of red. So I've said it before, I have a love-hate relationship with E6000, but it's a necessary thing to put these glass gems on because these glass bowls will be outside in the heat, and you don't want your gems sliding off of your bowl. So what I do is I put a dab of E6000 and a little dab of Gorilla Hot Glue, and I just start placing my little red gems all over all three of those glass bowls. Now I'll show you, I have the first row on. So for the next row, I'm just going to place the gem in between each gem. I'll show you what I mean by that. You see how I did that? And I follow that kind of pattern all the way up the bowl. Now it does take a little bit to get all of these gems on, depending on how many bowls that you choose. I wanted to use 3. I'm planning to use mine on my patio for both candles and for solar lighting. If you get a citronella candle or any candle, you're going to have to make sure that it fits down through the hole of your glass bowl. And I think it would be best to use a jar candle. That way you could pull the candle out anytime. You won't have any melted candle wax in the bottom. And you can switch it out to make it solar whenever you feel like it. Now I have all of my red gems on except for the top row, which I ended up putting one more row on the top of there, just so they would be kind of peeking out over the top edge of that glass piece. And here are my beautiful plant stands. Can you believe those were the plant stands that I originally showed you? Now we're going to call them solar light holders or candle holders, because now they're beautiful and worthy of that. And here we have all 3 of those bowls finished. They have some gems at Dollar Tree that don't have the points. I actually would have preferred that, but in the red, that's all they had was the pointy ones. And then, of course, as I showed you earlier, that glass plate that I got in the candle department at Dollar Tree fits perfectly in there. And the bowls sit beautifully on there. Look how pretty this is. Now, my inspiration for the glass bowls was I used to love to buy those candle holders that had the colored cracked glass, and you put the candle in there and it showed so beautiful through the cracked glass. And I thought I could get the same effect with these glass bowls. And as it turned out, it does look really, really beautiful in the evening. So I took this little video in the daytime. There's my little solar fountain next to it that I made on my channel. And I'm also going to show you at dusk and then also how it looks at night. Okay, so this is later evening. So one final look at these glass bowl stands, or solar lighting bowls, or candle holders, however you may choose to use them, or either or. If you like what you see on my channel, please subscribe. If you are not a subscriber already, give my video a thumbs up and leave your comments. Okay, until next time, you all take care.